The name's ZARANA, not Carol.
I love your high heel shoes, baby, put them back on.
Yo Joe's got another G.I. Joe Classified review for you today. It is Classified ZARANA, and this isn't one that I would normally pick up. I don't have a collect them all mentality when it comes to the G.I. Joe Classified 6-inch series, but I've heard a lot of great things from a lot of people about this figure. A lot of people are saying it's actually one of the best figures of the year, so if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I probably wouldn't have got this one, but every once in a while I like to try to do something that's modern, current. It wasn't too long ago that this thing came out, and also a figure that a lot of people have a lot of good things to say about. And after the review, if you're interested in picking one of these up, they are still available at Big Bad Toy Store. Clicking on the link in the video description will take you right there. And a quick look at the box. The artwork style is what it is. I've talked about that in previous reviews and the style that I prefer. I'll look at all of the accessories included with ZARANA. Some more artwork on the side. And right out of the package, she actually stands pretty well. But luckily I still got tons of these low-priced figure stands and perfect fit. Oh, what just happened here? Got an arm fall off here. Doesn't look like a break though, it looks like it just popped off. So in addition to her floating shoulder pad that isn't connected to anything, she has a floating arm too. That's a little on the loose side. That comes off a little too easily. Let's give the other one a tug. That one's not coming off, so we got a bit of a tolerance issue on that side. Anyway, going back to the stand, those go on really nicely, a lot easier than the Cobra Commander did in the video that I just did. Got some spurs on the boots. I wonder if the original one, yeah, the original one did have spurs. Before even getting to the accessories, it's actually a pretty impressive face sculpt here. The makeup on it is the eyeshadow right there. I'm not a makeup expert, but that is some really good paint application there. Some different coloration on the hair as well. That's really well done. That slight yellow tint in the part right there. Not bad at all. And then with female figures, the problem with a lot of them is the lipstick application, paint application. Sometimes they mess it up and make it look really bad. Make it look like Jack Burton style lipstick, but that's flawless right there. And she also comes with an alternate hairpiece. This is all pink. There's no other paint applications on it. That's a cool feature. Since the original ZARANA, there were two different versions. There was this one, and then there was a different one with a different hairpiece. It might have been a completely different head sculpt as well. But this should just, yeah, comes right off. I guess that's yet another hairstyle if you want her to go bald, although there's this seam where the hairpiece is supposed to rest, so she doesn't really pull off the bald look all that well. And this is pretty bendy plastic. You're not going to rip it or cause stress marks. So that's the alternate hairstyle. That's awful. It's just terrible. The other one looks not just better, though. The other one on its own looks fantastic. And then to have this maybe a little more retro looking, this might be the alternate hairpiece of the figure that I don't have. Nice bonus for the people who really like that vintage figure, but that looks a million times better. Much more punk rock, and just fantastic different color applications on there. Really like the subtle yellow, orangey yellow coloration on there. Comes with a backpack, and there is a hole in there, so she's got this wild looking weapon. It's like a, almost looks like a shotgun handle, but with a blade on it. And the blade has some really great coloration on it as well. Nice gradient going from red to black. So I don't know if that's supposed to signify that it's like a heated blade or if that's just how it's colored, but it can actually fit in the backpack perfectly. Looks fantastic. And then I'm guessing she has enough range. She's definitely got enough range with this arm because look at that. That arm can go anywhere. But with the other arm, this is what's always really impressive about classified figures for me. When they can reach for weapons on their backs. And this elbow, it is a double jointed elbow. It'd help if you bend it beforehand and then straighten it out as you're trying to grab the weapon, or just place the weapon in the hand first, and then while the hand is gripping it. I'm not sure if there's going to be enough range there actually. Let's try this. That seems to work. Place it in the backpack and then attach the backpack. That is fantastic. She also comes with a weapon that's very reminiscent of her original saw blade rifle looking type of weapon. Both hands are in a trigger position, so she can hold it in either hand. And there's also a clip or a magazine. I've always called them clips. Fits right in there. Got to do one of these. Get it all the way in. It's a nice feature. And then one more weapon, this little tiny knife. The big handle on it, and she's got a sheath on the side of her leg. Fits in perfectly. Everything is good and tight on there, nothing's gonna fly off. And a side-by-side of the original with the latest version. And the color of the pants is quite a bit darker, more of a navy. But it does have those kind of Brutus the Barber beefcake style tears in the sides. I gotta put a new O-ring in this original ZARANA. The original one didn't have those tears on both sides. They've done that with the new one though. There is a knife on the original one's leg. So, sort of on the leg. This is one of those holsters that can slide down, I think. It's a tight squeeze though to get it to go over the thigh. It's working though. Yeah. Doesn't feel like I'm gonna break it. So if you're a real stickler for detail, then she can still have her leg holster. I don't really like how that looks though, actually covering the tear. I think it looks better where it was up there. There's a cool little chain detail on the belt. There goes the arm again. I think one of the most important details is the shoulder pads. She is the sister of Zartan, and that's a Zartan thing. I always thought it was cool how Xandar and ZARANA, Zartan's brother and sister, also had the same shoulder pads. So it's cool that they included those as well. Similar style shirt. Mentioned the floating shoulder pad already, which doesn't bother me at all. Who cares? It's, I don't know, it's like Morpheus's sunglasses. They just stay on there. It's not a big deal. Nice detail on the boots as well. Mainly black with brown knee pads instead of kind of more of a magenta, maroon looking knee pads. Same type of on the inside of the leg. Similar padded pattern on the inside. And she's been doing her crunches, her ab workouts. It's not extreme. It's not like a Masters of the Universe figure where it's like a super sharp cut midriff. It's just kind of more realistic. Not really a military, but a mercenary hired gun. More athletic look to her than bodybuilder. And alongside the 25th anniversary, ZARANA, much lighter jeans this time. It's kind of funny that all three of them have completely different color of jeans. So final impressions of classified ZARANA is it's a good figure. It's not knocking my socks off. It's not one of the best classified figures that I've seen yet. I really loved Stalker and Barbecue and Spirit as well, but not at all disappointing in any way other than this arm, because one of the most fun things to do with classified is to do all these poses you weren't able to do with the old Joes, like being able to two-hand a gun, but even just trying to get this figure to grab the magazine, the arm keeps popping off. But the head sculpt is really fantastic. Nice option of the hair change if you want it. Enough guns. That's more my liking when there aren't tons and tons and tons of weapons. It makes the few that are included more special. Coloration is great. I do not believe it changes color in the sunlight. That would have been awesome. In terms of the bad guys, she's kind of one of the more, I don't want to say required, none of these are required, but for your Cobra display, ZARANA is more prominently featured on the show than a lot of the other Cobra figures are. I'm just taking a look at it, my vintage Cobra collection over there, and I would think she's more vital to displays than someone like Scrap Iron or Ice Viper or Techno Viper, guys like that. I mean, she is Zartan's sister, Xandar's sister, so she's part of the Dreadnoks. She also had that fling with Mainframe. If they ever make a Mainframe, you can ship those two. I guess that's a term the kids use today. Whenever one person likes another, you ship them. So she's got a lot going on. Master of Disguise, which unfortunately wasn't included with this particular set. That might be coming down the road. I could totally see them do a giant set like Zartan's Disguise set, because that was one of her gimmicks too in the show, Master of Disguise. But all in all, in terms of modern updates to characters, I think the classified version is way better than this anniversary one. This one is just kind of there. It's not great. This one, you know, I'm not a huge fan of the character. I didn't feel like I absolutely positively need ZARANA in my collection, like I said earlier. Just wanted to do it more to take a look at it and see what all of the hubbub was about. But it's good. Far from one of the worst classified figures, that's for sure. So that is my look at G.I. Joe Classified ZARANA. Hope you enjoyed this review. Thanks for watching. To join the tribe, hit subscribe. And until next time, Nerdmas Day.